What's going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're playing Ark Survival Evolved Lost Island. Today we're going to be learning how to get the dinopithecus costume. So we're going to have to do the alpha boss fight. In order to do this, we need one artifact to the devious, one artifact to the devour, one artifact to the hunter, one artifact to the massive, 2 basilisk scales, 1 gigaheart, 10 megalaniac toxin, 10 megalodon teeth, 2 spinosails, 5 therizino claws, 2 squid tentacles, 5 T-Rex arms, and 2 Uranus lungs. Now, depending on your server, it is going to vary how many teams you actually need to bring inside of this boss fight in order to actually defeat him. However, some things to keep in mind is if you don't take some cover when the boss fight initially starts, the boss can actually knock you off your mount on his initial jump and he will kill you relatively quickly. So it is best to bring one long range weapon at least to try to get the aggro. That way he sort of jumps down while you're hiding behind a rock, and everything afterwards is just going to require a whole bunch of teamwork. There's going to be flying dinopithecus around the map that actually have cinema crops flying up above while they're dropping bombs on you. You're just supposed to be focusing on the main boss itself. Depending on how your servers are set up is going to determine how many teams you actually need to bring inside of here. We're on a slightly boosted server, so we are able to do this with about 5 to 6 T-Rexes. However, on an official server, you are allowed up to, I believe, 25 teams to bring into the boss fight. So if you aren't on a boosted server, bringing in something to heal like a Daeodon and something to boost up your teams like either a Mammoth or a Uranus would be recommended. That way you can sort of boost up the rest of your troops inside the Armada here. There's only one way to go and you're not actually able to explore like the boat or anything around there. So basically you walk into this little boss fight here. There's going to be several rocks all around the map here. So the main goal is going to be to get a long neck rifle and just try to hit the boss whenever your T-Rex sort of calms down. He's going to jump from his perch as long as you hit him down to where we're standing, and then we're actually able to start the fight. Some things to keep in mind is if you do happen to fall off of your team, try to get back on as immediately as possible because there's going to be a whole lot of bombs and everything else being dropped all around us. So it is going to be a pretty intense area. This one rock here in the middle seems to be the best one to actually block sight, so he just sort of hops down and doesn't actually attack anybody. And as you guys can see, there's a couple dinopithecus running around on the Amegosaurus as well. So the main boss, he's not relatively too crazy, but you definitely want to try to turn around because there's going to be a whole lot of things just like flying in, just like these little monkeys tossing poop, bombs, whatever they got at you. Now, one thing that's really interesting is for some reason you only get the main dinopithecus skin for your character if you do the alpha boss fight. And another thing that's kind of messed up right now is for some reason the main Dinopithecus King trophy head just disappears as soon as you try to put it on a trophy stand. Same with you trying to drop it and give it to someone else in your team. But once you have all that done, now all you have to do is click RT to equip it. And I'll show you guys what it looks like. And if you guys are curious, you actually do get the skin every single time that you die and come back to life. So just like all the other skins inside this game, you can have an infinite amount. So technically someone can have the skin if they want to, even if they haven't officially done the alpha boss fight. Depending on your server rates is how fast the boss fight's actually going to take. So that's basically it. You do get a flag which looks relatively cool. However, you're not able to keep the main trophy on gamma, beta, or alpha. They all seem to be glitched at the moment, so keep that in mind. So one thing before we end off today's video, I am going to show you guys a couple cool things about the outfit and the flags. So at the moment, even if you do alpha, beta, and gamma, you're only going to get one flag and it's going to be the exact same color the entire time. So no matter how many times you do the boss fight, the only thing that's actually going to change different is the fact that you have a Dinopithecus skin. Doing the beta, you'll have a little blue flag next to your name, and gamma just gives you a couple elements, some basic flags and things like that. But one other thing I want to show you guys before we actually end off today's video. So if you actually take your chest piece off, so now that we have our chest piece off, you can actually put the costume on our torso, and it actually does take over our whole body even though we don't have any armor at all. You do not get the flags every single time you die, but you do get the costume. But if this little guide here helps you guys out, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.